AAU National Championship Tournament of the AAU Overtime Podcast. Jordan DeLuciano, as always, and once again, back on the pod, third time this tournament, is Executive Director Scott Solomon. But we're going to take a step aside from the action, what's going on today. We got women's title game, we got D1 title game, D2 trucking on through, D3. But Scott, we're going to take a step aside. We got a big event coming up next month.
Yeah, we're not winding down this one just yet. Well, we still have a couple more days of competition, but in the theme of always providing what's next out to our, very valued players and member teams, we are excited to have already put in motion our first ever All-Star Challenge event down in Fort Lauderdale about a month from now.
Gotcha. And that will be representing all divisions combined into one team. So like D2 could play with the D1 players, the best of each conference.
Yeah, so the conference all-stars have been selected by their conference. They went through a process. Each conference did it their own way. We here at AAU, we're not going to get involved in the selection process of these teams. All member conferences were invited to put together a team across Division 1, 2, 3. I mean, there are super talented kids in Division 2 and Division 3. So just because they chose education perhaps over a Division I program or something like that. Some of them even chose education over, NCAA type programs. So it doesn't mean they don't belong in an event like this. So this really should be, the top 150 players or so in AAU college hockey.
So that event down in Fort Lauderdale will be a week long. Like this one will be a weekend. How's that structure going to look like with all conferences competing?
Yeah. So what we've put together is a showcase style tournament, kind of bringing it back to youth hockey. So what we're doing is over a weekend, April 12, 13, and 14 at the Panthers Ice Den, down in Fort Lauderdale, we are combining 3 different events into one. So every year we have our annual meeting. Last year was up in Saratoga, New York. This year it will be at the Panthers practice facility. We're stealing their old film room and their meeting room. Should be kind of cool to be in NHL film rooms and things like that. So that event, our annual meeting, will take place during our All-Star Challenge tournament. Teams will come in Thursday or Friday. Games will begin Friday night. So puck drop Friday night for the first round of the All-Star Challenge. Teams will then come back Saturday morning. They will play a second game, which is a quick turnaround time, and we understand that. Yep. That's why we have expanded rosters for the event. Saturday night will be game 3.
They got double headers.
They do. Showcase style format. And then Sunday morning, actually mid-afternoon, will be the championship game. Will be the 1-2, the 3-4, and the 5-6. 6-member conferences all playing a 4th game based on seeding Sunday. And everyone goes home, and our season concludes.
So it's a battle of brand and conference supremacy throughout that tournament. It's a quick, rapid-fire weekend, and it's been a long time since some of these guys have had 2-a-days, back to maybe their travel hockey days.
Well, absolutely, and that's kind of the fun. I mean, we really do want to have fun with it. It's not just, win and you get 2 points, overtime loss for the point, whatever. We are doing points for winning the period. Extra points for goal differential, 4 or more. We're doing extra points for a shutout. So this Ryder Cup style accumulation of points for conference pride.
So there's many different ways that coaches and players got to be aware of, okay, we got a point here. All right, we're down this period. We're going to be down in the points after this game. So it's a lot going on, not just at the end of the game with the win total, but like you said, periods and shutouts. A lot to keep track of.
It is. We did bring on Mike Perowitz to help keep track of it. Mike is a Carnegie Mellon graduate, so we need that level of sophistication in the points.
A lot of big brain activity.
Yeah, I can't handle all of that. I did mention that we're running our annual meeting around the hockey, which would bring more coaches, fans, and everything to that. And then because this is the culmination of our 5th anniversary season, we will also be having our awards banquet. For the first time ever, we will have our AAU All-Americans, our first team, second team, done by each division. So men's 1, 2, 3, and women will all have first and second team AAU All-Americans. We will be announcing our AAU Academic All-Americans. And then each division has their Player of the Year and the Coach of the Year, all being announced at our annual meeting.
So a lot of awards, a lot of honors for some of the guys throughout the year. And so seniors have one last hurrah. Some of the seniors and graduate students, their career comes to an end after the end of pool play, or they get eliminated in semis or whatever. But there's still something extra after for them. I know that. So now you got All-Star Challenge, another game for these seniors and graduate students, as well as a lot of awards. So they're not just done at the national tournament. There's a little bit more to come.
Well, and that's the point. We want to end on a high note. Again, it should be some of the best hockey that AAU College has to offer. We are shooting a couple of commercials, some of our collaboration with some of our strategic partners, photography, videographers. Again, it should be just an absolutely tremendously talented tournament. Hopefully a carnival-like atmosphere with awards and honors, some great hockey, take care of some of our business with the annual meeting, but a carnival-like atmosphere to conclude our 5th anniversary season. That's the plan.
And you're going to add that eye-opening appeal to it. Are you going to bring in the custom jerseys, each conference getting their jerseys?
Yeah, so our strategic partner, Verbero, who has a tent right over there, they have put together conference-designed jerseys. You'll be hosting, whether you knew it or not, a jersey reveal show.
All right. No, I did know that. You told me that earlier in the year.
No, I'm glad you were listening.
Yes, I remember. Unlike yesterday when I wasn't. When Rock came over.
Right. Yeah. So we will be having a jersey reveal show. Have some fun with that. Custom jerseys, shells, socks. So the boys will look good.
All right, so I guess I'm in the thick of things, telling everyone what jersey they're going to wear, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping like each team, with their custom jersey, they get their team logo, maybe patch on the shoulder. That'll be pretty cool to be specialized to that guy's team.
I left it up to them. I left it up to the conference how they wanted to do it. Do you want a very clean, sleek all-star logo, conference logo? Do you want an old school retro sweater, original 6 style? Verbero can do any of those designs you wanted. Or do you want to be like a NASCAR hood cover and wear all the logos all over it? And however the conferences wanted to do it. I am not a graphic person. I'm not a design person. I'm not an art person. So there are very talented people who do that. I left it to them.
It's like a soccer team jersey where you don't even know what the team is because there's so many logos all over the place. Yep. So it's whatever they choose. So looking forward to Verbero's designs for the conferences. But Scott, how did this marinate? What led to this decision and coming up with this idea of the All-Star Challenge?
I really wanted to showcase the top talent in the organization and let them go head to head. I mean, there's obviously a tremendous amount of talent running around Iceline this week. But if you really look back to what AAU college hockey has to offer, all-star teams driven by the conference really are going to be 4 first lines. I mean, really what it should be. The talent should be there. Now, they don't play together all year, so the power play won't be as crisp and things like that. But the absolute talent and education, some of our strategic partners, we're bringing down travel organizations, commissioners, other people that want to see what it's all about. So it really is a networking event. A lot of youth and travel, junior clubs and programs and organizations are going to be in attendance. They want to see it. Now, again, we are in the infancy stages of what AAU college hockey is. 4 seasons branded as the CHF. This is the culmination of our first full season branded as AAU college hockey. And we want to educate. We really want to educate as to what this is, and what better way to educate than to put on a show.
And the coaching staff for each of the conference, that will be represented by coaches of teams within the said conference. Will it be the coach of the year representing each conference?
Again, I know there are conference-driven awards, and the conferences gave those out, some already, some are holding them back. But yeah, to me, most of these coaches have been picked by the conferences as an honor for the success they've had this year. So coach of the year, Division I, coach of Division II. I know College Hockey South did it that way. But yeah, most of these decisions have been left to the conferences to choose who they want to bring on board.
So a lot more to go, even though sometimes national tournament, it means the end, but we got one more thing we got to do coming up in April. But Scott, before we even get to the All-Star Challenge, we got 2 championship games going on today. South Carolina, crazy come from behind win against Tampa. I believe they're down 3-1, wound up winning 6-4, and Buffalo holding on to the final seconds against Farmingdale. 3-2 win. That's our second actually of the day is South Carolina and Buffalo.
Yeah, so on the men's side, 2 great games last night. The competition's phenomenal. I've said it, I think, every time we sit down. We could run this tournament over and over again and have a different winner. South Carolina was, again, that no-quit attitude, to give up a heartbreaking goal with 3 seconds left against Niagara just to come back to win it, shows that the boys can get off the mat after giving up that late goal. Come back yesterday down 3-1, do it again. And Buffalo has just been that gritty team that grinds you down, hangs on. A lot of talent. I mean, probably not as much flash as some, but it is highly effective. So really a clash of styles, the true grit and determination of both teams. This is their 5th game in 5 days. And it should be a great one.
And then our first one kicking off today is our first ever women's championship game. It's between Paul Smiths and Tampa. It's a rematch of their day one, which Paul Smiths took it to them.
They did, but again, you watch Tampa play. Again, they looked, off the bus legs, whatever you want to call it, plain legs, whatever it was the first day. But no doubt this is going to be a tough competition. I mean, Paul Smith looked good in both their games, but they got to do it again. To hold on to the trophy.
They got to beat Tampa back-to-back in 1 week. So Executive Director of AAU College Hockey, Scott Solomon, big announcement about the 2024 All-Star Challenge down in Fort Lauderdale. Before we see you all down there, we'll see you all throughout the rest of the day. We got 2 champions. We got a crown today. So Scott Solomon, thanks again. Jumping on the podcast. Jordan DeLuciano, as always, we will see you all soon.